Hello! So, yeah, been a minute since I made one of these videos. I was supposed to make it for like 6 months, and 7, and 8, and I didn't. But we're here. We're here for 9 months on estrogen. Wow. So let's talk about that. I think things are picking up. I have a job now. I now am working a temporary remodel position at night at Target, 5 nights a week, and it's been a set schedule, and the people there are really nice. We're not really here to talk about that. We're here to talk about my transition and where we're at with that. So part of the reason why I didn't upload videos for 6, 7, 8 months is that, well, first of all, I was depressed and didn't feel like making any kind of content. That's the main thing. But the other main thing is the fact that there hasn't been, like, tons of changes in those time frame. There has been some, but we're kind of at that point where, like, we're not plateauing or anything like that, but things aren't just not, like, super fast in this entire process. So there's not, like, always a ton to say every month, right? But there are a couple things. So yeah, lots of pills. Take a lot of those. I'm hoping to be able to get my second dose increase to at least 4 milligram pills of estrogen, or 4 milligrams a day, 2 milligram pills or whatever. So many numbers. I'm hoping to be able to get that dose increase at my 9-month checkup on the 26th. But who knows? Just for fun, here on the screen, these are my blood test results from 6 months. So as you can see, my T is already pretty low, and my E is getting close to overtaking it, which is really, really cool. So that was the 6-month checkup. So that was before I started taking the increased dosage of 3 milligrams a day. So that was still on the starting dose that I had, and that's where it was at 6 months. So I am pretty excited to see, with the first dose increase, what my blood test results will look like when I do that on the 26th, because I think probably this time my E will now be higher than my T, which will be very cool to actually see in the records there. It's exciting. It's very exciting. It's been exciting, but also like kind of painful. So, like I said, I got a new job, and that's gone very well so far. It's the first time I've had a job where no one knows my dead name. I've been using the name Jane publicly now everywhere since like February, while using it privately in certain circles since the month I came out, but I changed like my social media names on like Facebook and Instagram and Twitter to Jane. I think I still need to do that on YouTube, on the YouTube channels, I think. If not, then good on me, but I think I still have to do that. Changed it on TikTok, if you're watching this on TikTok. And yeah, that's been really great. It's been really great to have everybody call me Jane. I still don't mind the name Josh. I never did. I don't hate it. My parents are still using it because it's hard for them to switch over. They're trying, but I don't fault them for whenever they screw up, because I really don't mind that part. It's mainly for people who don't know me. I want them to use the name Jane, but if you already know me, then it's like not that big of a deal to me personally, honestly. So, but it's really nice to have a whole group of people at work who only know me as that, and that's really fun. I am getting misgendered constantly because I don't pass yet, especially with like this going on here, which I need to get laser hair removal started with this, because I'm so tired. I haven't shaved this since Tuesday, because I was shaving it every night before my night shifts that I have, and it just was getting like so much razor burn and like cuts on my chin and stuff, and I was like, the store's closed. I'm only working with like 10 other people. They're going to misgender me anyway. Some of them know I'm trans at this point, and they won't care, so it's like, I probably won't shave every night. I'll probably shave tonight, though, but that kind of thing. I digress. That's been annoying. But speaking of the job as well, I've been wearing my she, her pronoun pin this week, because last week was my first week. This is now my second week. And so I want people to try to get the pronouns right. So we'll see how that goes. But one thing that's been kind of, I guess, fun is that I keep forgetting that there's, this now. And so, like, when I worked at my old job a couple of years ago, before I started transitioning, we're moving boxes and such around on shelves, and we're doing that here again, not as often as the old job, but we still do it here. And so, like, last night we were setting up a new aisle, and so we were stocking stuff, and so I was, picking up boxes, putting them on the shelf to rest it there while I open them. And I do that, and it's like resting between the shelf and me, and it slams into my chest or bumps into my chest. And even when I did this action just now, like, it definitely is more sensitive, and you get those little pains. And while it does hurt, I kind of love it, because it's like, oh my god, it's working. So there's been a lot more of that since the last time I did an update video, and that's yes. I'm happy about that. Very fun. Here's some pictures of me in dresses. I wore some dresses last month. I went out to a sapphic night that was very fun. Wore makeup for the very first time. So there's pictures of that for the same event. And yeah, that was really cool, very fun. Here's me with some cat ears. Just, trying some new things out, trying to see what fits me, that kind of thing. And just trying to be as productive as possible when I can, when my depression allows me to. But the job was stressing me out at first, just the idea of having one, not the actual job itself, but just like having to get into a routine for the first time since graduating 2 years ago and force myself to not bed rot and stuff as much and be more active than I've been used to has been really hard on me, but it's been getting easier and easier. And I think this week I'm starting to feel a lot better about that. Started seeing a new doctor, got a new therapist. Nothing wrong with my old one. She just left the practice that I attend. And so we got swapped over to a new one who I really like. She's really chill. She deals with LGBTQ patients. I don't know if primarily, but at least a lot. And so it's really nice talking to her. I have seen her twice so far. So that's been helping. Still kind of trying to get my license in the background. My temps expired in February, so I had to re-up them. And I'm pretty much ready to go to take this driving test besides maneuverability with the cones. They frustrate me and I never want to practice with that, but I got to, because we got to get this done. I can't keep having Dad be in the car with me when I drive, because, it's inconvenient for him. So thank you guys for watching. I will talk to you guys eventually soon. Follow me on all my social medias if you'd like to see posts, in between all these updates and everything. And that's going to do it. So I hope you're all doing well, and I will see you all hopefully soon.